Still reeling from the effects of Typhoon Nepartak, residents of Minqing County receive winter relief items from Tzu Chi. 188 students get the financial aid they need from Tzu Chi while also paying the love forward. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lee-Shioda. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers recently held an aid distribution in Minqing County of Fujian Province, China. It was intended to lend a hand to residents who are still recovering after the devastation of Typhoon Nepartak this past July. 200 volunteers split up to manage the aid distribution at 4 different sites across the county, making sure these residents are well prepared to face the cold winter ahead.
It's 5 in the morning, and volunteers here in Minqing County of Fujian Province are already up and loading supplies to head to the distribution venues. Today, 4 different aid distributions have been organized for communities that are still suffering after Typhoon Nepartak devastated the region in July. 200 volunteers are splitting up into 4 teams for each location.
You didn't just come out to help us in Bandung. You were also over at Dazhuang. You came here quickly with relief goods. We are very thankful and very moved.
Thank you all so much, our Taiwanese compatriots. Thank you all. We are family. We are all one family. Your hearts are just so big. Really, you have brought us so many blessings.
After receiving the relief goods, you can see the emotions of these residents on their faces. Many of them have lost everything in the storm, and with the winter getting colder, keeping warm is serious concern.
These things will be very practical. We can use them immediately since it is getting cold.
You just gave us 2 blankets. Me and my daughter sleep together, so we'll use one. My husband isn't home right now, so I will give my father-in-law the second one in the meantime.
We are worried about the residents living in the mountains. Some said they hoped the blankets would be a little heavier, so we did some thinking and decided we could give them 4 kilograms of blankets.
Volunteers did more than just distribute goods. At the Bandung Central Elementary distribution, volunteers accompanied this elderly couple back home to make sure they made it home safely. In total, at 4 distribution points, 1,835 families received relief goods. Although the volunteers were few in number, they were all grateful to be able to help this community through their difficulties and the coming winter.
This year's Tzu Chi Overseas Training Camp kicked off on November 2nd simultaneously in 3 different areas. First, we take a look at the events that took place in Banqiao. During the camp, 2 MOU signings took place, one between Tzu Chi University and the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter and the Malacca chapter, in preparation of the upcoming construction of the 2 international schools in Malaysia. The other MOU was between Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital and the Vietnam Liaison Office for future free clinics and medical symposiums. Taking out the MOU and exchanging gifts, representatives from the Tzu Chi University and the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter agreed to work together in promoting character education abroad, including offering scholarships and the exchange of language teachers as well as student curriculum.
Tzu Chi University will help us to train talent, and if our teachers in the country need further training, they can be sent to Taiwan. This is the perfect time for us to sign the cooperative agreements with TCU.
No matter if it's the Malacca or the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter, international schools will be established. And no matter if it's training teaching talents or the exchange of academic programs, Tzu Chi's seeds are ready to be planted overseas.
Meanwhile, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital and the Vietnam Liaison Office also signed a memorandum of understanding to not only offer free clinics but also medical symposiums.
With this contract, we are at ease since we know we have their support. Honestly, the medical care in Vietnam isn't too advanced.
Walking with a bit of difficulty, Tzu Chi volunteer Yang Yuelan has Parkinson's disease. But under the medical care of Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital Superintendent Lee Xinzhong, her symptoms have vastly improved. She's also determined to keep walking the Tzu Chi path.
I think Tzu Chi is not something to cease doing. I've seen many seniors who suffer from physical health problems, but they are still very diligent in doing recycling work.
No matter if it's safeguarding the health of sentient beings or nurturing students on their educational path, Tzu Chi continues to advance their professional missions and pray for blessings for all sentient beings. At the Xingdian Jingsa Hall's overseas training camp, over 400 Malaysian volunteers were invited to attend. We get to know two such participants. One is Bei Liu Fang, who was inspired to join Tzu Chi after her involvement in a sutra performance. And the other is 56-year-old Sun Shanhua, a native of Perak's Kampar district. Here's more.
Instruction includes how to properly wear a uniform, how to fold a quilt, as Sun Shanhua listens attentively. 3 years ago, after retirement, a personal wish was to join Tzu Chi, even providing a shop space for a Tzu Chi retreat.
I always wanted to find a Buddhist group that helps others. When I passed children participating in a Tzu camp, it was like I found the group.
After finding this direction, she commits herself to do recycling in Malaysia's Perak Kampar district, where environmental protection activities receive the support of the district council, along with Ipoh City's Tzu Chi. This year, she came to Taiwan to be certified, being the first Tzu Chi volunteers in their community.
I'm from Kampar, and those in my community are my family, so I feel that other people are taking care of my family, and I want to go and assume this responsibility.
Also from Malaysia's Bei Liu Fang, who is also a vegetarian who wants to contribute to Tzu Chi.
I think that the vegetarian food sold outside isn't very healthy and is too oily. I think that learning a variety of cooking will lead some people to feel that vegetarian food can be the same as that made with meat.
Her heart changed in 2013 when she put on a musical adaptation of a sutra and took care of her sick mother-in-law and began to forget about herself as Tzu Chi helped her through this tough time.
I was good to her, and I know she was very moved. She shed tears as I helped her wash. I told her to relax and said that if I am here, she won't have to go to an old age home. We have another report on the overseas training camp, this time coming from Santong Jingsa Hall. Hailing from Malaysia, Yo Seng Ho and his wife, Lo Siu Young, joined Tzu Chi due to the help they received back in 2013 for their son's eye disease. The assistance from the volunteers deeply moved the couple, for which later they decided to join the organization.
Yo Song-ho and his wife, Lao Siu-yong, came to Taiwan the first time and listened to a speech with other Tzu Chi volunteers. They received help from Tzu Chi before, so they joined Tzu Chi to do good deeds.
I came back because I want to meet the master. I remember the love from Tzu Chi, so I want to pay back.
We will be certified together because we want to extend both our hands to help other people.
In 2013, their son was diagnosed with choroidal melanoma and had to go to Japan for treatment. Although they were strangers in that country, Tzu Chi volunteers in Japan helped them take their son to get treatment and gave them daily necessities. This love made the couple decide to join Tzu Chi.
I joined Tzu Chi immediately because I felt I owed Tzu Chi too much. So after we returned, we joined to volunteer. Then my life became dazzling.
We have sensed the suffering of those in need. I was being tormented by the pain in the past. All of them need Tzu Chi people like us to help them.
This couple formed a bond with Tzu Chi because of their son. It also allows their retirement to become dazzling by doing good deeds and helping people.
To welcome overseas volunteers to Taiwan as part of the final leg of their volunteer training, volunteers in Taiwan put much effort into producing delicious meals and snacks for the participants. Spicy pepper sauce was also made to ensure that the participants from Malaysia, who are used to eating a spicier palate, feel right at home. Meanwhile, a trip to Hualien, the spiritual home of Tzu Chi, had the over 400 participants fondly remember why they started on this journey in the first place. In order to make the one-day trip to Hualien from Taipei, these volunteers who are in Taiwan to attend the Overseas Volunteers Training Camp have to take the earliest train in the day. Everyone has been looking forward to visiting their spiritual home.
很兴奋，也很感恩。 我真的是很怕自己见到上人的话会泪流满脸。
很开心哦。
I'm so glad to be here. I've never participated in any sort of activities in my life before Tzu Chi.
Over 400 participants stepped foot into the Jingse abode, with all participants seeking to find the inner peace that only the abode can bring. At the Banqiao grounds where overseas volunteers training is going on, Taiwanese counterparts welcome their Dharma family with open arms and a bottle of spicy pepper sauce placed on each dining table.
I saw how kitchen volunteers prepare a spicy sauce for us. I was really happy, just like eating at home.
Besides the nutritious meals, snacks were also made with love. Adding 5-grain powder to the snacks, all of these treats were made with care.
Our snacks were made with love. We want them to enjoy these delicious treats.
Ensuring everything is complete and filled with love, volunteers in Taiwan hope that when these participants receive their certification, they also feel how blessed they truly are. A number of traditional handicrafts in Taiwan now face the threat of going extinct. Next, we see how some areas are preserving such traditional crafts for future generations. In Nantou, a lacquer painting class is now being taught in a continuing education program, helping Tongling Village find new ways to keep this traditional culture alive. The raw lacquer caused this, sometimes even bruising. My face swelled up. I looked like a pig.
Swollen faces and black spots on the legs are all signs of skin irritation due to raw lacquer.
It can cause allergies, but it's not toxic as it is natural paint with no poison. Do you want to try it?
The mere mention of raw lacquer strikes fear in many people, but to make lacquer products, it's a vital ingredient. This is Nantou Shini Township's Tongling Village, which hosts a community lacquer painting course, where many are learning to create it with local materials and patterns. For example, the cabbage design on this dish is inspired by a local agricultural product.
In Tongling, we set up this course to teach people to paste eggshells or paintings and other basic techniques with lacquer. I hoped that within 3 years' time we could achieve some success. More meaningful would be if they incorporated their surrounding environment into such designs.
Using gold and silver to paint auspicious symbols such as flowers and birds is just an introduction to lacquer painting. With no finished products to be sold just yet, the simple hope is that this future industry may take on local characteristics. In fact, Tongling originally had many lacquer trees that were all cut down to grow vegetables and fruits.
This
lacquer early on was produced here, and later it was interrupted, and now we are going back to find our roots and produce lacquerware.
From lacquer art to straw weaving and indigenous knitting, the decline of traditional handicrafts all seem to encounter the same problem. After industrialization, the market for these crafts collapsed, leading to a few business opportunities. This, coupled with a focus on economic development and population flows to the city, led rural communities to empty out, with local culture being lost. Now promotion of the craft is mainly DIY experiences, or at most a 2 or 3 month short course, leaving students with little to follow up after the course is finished.
Now, government units only support short-term courses and have no long-term plans for passing on traditional handicrafts. Also, teachers are hard to find as well.
We should have more of a systematic way to think about this issue and expand this type of education. On the one hand, we should allow it to extend deeper, and secondly, let more people understand the benefits of such promotion.
Facing their dilemma of how to pass on the traditional handicrafts, lacquer art found an unexpected solution. For the first time, this community launched a 3-year experimental plan, which it hoped to take root, thus saving the cultural and creative industry.
I I think it's a very good thing that people are interested in this art and want to pursue it deeper, as this will allow it to really develop.
唔知这技术唔知会这发展。
真正的文创应该要回到我们说的那个工艺。
Genuine creativity should be rooted in the environments and the land to truly flourish and take root.
Too often, industry only talks about creativity as it is associated with design, leading to tangible business opportunities. Additionally, in-depth partnership programs frequently find too few young people to be worthwhile. For this reason, many are hoping that a return to cultural roots will provide the right way to pursue creativity with spirit and meaning.
A Tzu Chi New Shoot Scholarship Award ceremony was held on October 29th in Taipei, where 188 students received the scholarship they needed. The recipients also brought along their coin banks to donate, as they wanted to give the love they have received from Tzu Chi to other less fortunate people.
The students cannot hide their joy when they receive the New Shoot Scholarship from teachers and volunteers.
I feel these children are very strong, as they fear no difficulty and strive to move ahead. I believe these children won't forget their roots and will be able to guide proteges in the future.
The New Shoot Scholarship ceremony is held at Tzu Chi Taipei's Eastern District Office, where 188 students received the scholarship. The heads of Taipei Social Welfare Department and of the Nangang District also give their blessings.
While you are young, it's important that you make yourselves more knowledgeable and be interested in many things. It's important that you have the hearts to pay back to society and to be tolerant.
It's probably due to these children's families or other reasons, so they lack care and family warmth. When they receive the scholarship, it will inspire them to study.
The help from Tzu Chi not only inspires the children to study, but also to help the needy. They brought their coin bags back to start a cycle of goodness.
I used to think that I'd pay back in the future when I grow up, but with the coin bank around, it keeps reminding me that I receive help. So if I have any ability, I can also help other people.
The scholarship does not just give them tangible assistance, but also intangible spiritual wealth.
Also about scholarship support, but in Malaysia, the 3 children from the family in Malacca have continued to do recycling with their mother for the past 6 years. The children have also developed good moral character, as well as shown progress in their schoolwork, allowing them to obtain Tzu Chi's New Shoot Scholarship this year.
The family's 3 children come to help out at the monthly recycling event along with their mother.
I always feel that the environment is not well protected when I see trash everywhere on the streets. Doing recycling can help others at the same time. Since I'm unable to donate money, I can at least help out.
Tzu Chi has helped many people by doing recycling.
6 years ago, Yenling was invited by Tzu Chi to help out at the recycling station. Meanwhile, she has also received volunteers' warmth and love.
I always feel pressured while preparing for exams. This Tzu Chi auntie may encourage me and ask me to relax.
While doing recycling, we can ask her about her schoolwork and care for her family's living condition.
3 children of the family are not only helpful around the house, but also have developed good moral character and shown progress in schoolwork. They have obtained Tzu Chi's New Shoot Scholarship this year.
The mother doesn't need to worry about her 3 children because they are all well behaved.
With Tzu Chi's New Shoot Scholarships, these children have learned not only to cherish every blessing they have received, but to pay back society by helping the less fortunate.
A mother-daughter pair in Taiwan has long devoted themselves to saving the lives of stray dogs. The mother rented an abandoned pigsty to foster more than 80 stray dogs. Meanwhile, her daughter has designed many creative products which are associated with dogs, and the income she earns from the charity sales of it will be used to help the dogs. With their dedication and compassion, many stray dogs will have a shelter to stay and no longer suffer from hunger.
Chen Shuzhen has carefully noted down the needs of each stray dog, trying her best to save their lives.
It cost me about $3,150 to save Chaohu's life.
Miss Chen has rented an abandoned pigsty as the fostering for stray dogs. However, many stray dogs are unable to relocate here because Chen has already adopted 80 stray dogs. So she has to drive to 40 different places in Miaoli County's Tongxiao Township and Yuanli Township, as well as Taichung City's Dajia District, to feed other dogs along the streets.
I have known this dog for around 7 or 8 years. I spayed this dog after she gave birth to some puppies. She's the eldest among these dogs.
Miss Chen has left her job to take care of stray dogs. She usually feeds the dogs in certain places and even gives them ad support.
As I am getting older, I feel worried about my health because I was unable to help the dogs in time, and I fell down on the rough concrete floor.
Miss Chen's daughter also left her job in Taipei to help her mother. She has designed many creative products which are associated with dogs. The income she earns from charity sale will be used to help stray dogs.
I stay late almost every day to make these creative products.
Chen's daughter is willing to do everything for her mother.
My mother has brought us up on her own, so we know that she works very hard.
This mother-daughter pair has devoted themselves to helping stray dogs. They will continue to look for some more space for the dogs to stay, hoping to save their lives as well as give them a more comfortable shelter to live.
In Pingdong, the DaAi Headlines Center for the Elderly recently made use of a special bus with a lift for wheelchairs so that many of the wheelchair-bound residents at the center would be able to make a trip to participate in an event at the Minqing Catholic Church. To help with the transportation and at the event, 150 volunteers were there to look after 62 seniors in wheelchairs.
Before, getting a wheelchair on the bus would have been a problem, but not anymore. This bus is equipped with a lift that works efficiently to get wheelchair-bound passengers on board. It serves the population of about 62 residents who must use a wheelchair.
This special bus for the disabled will help us a lot with lifting up the seniors and getting them on board, and it's large and can seat about 20 people.
Getting around in a wheelchair can be a major difficulty. A lot of planning has gone into preparation for this day's event at the Wanqing Church. Each senior is accompanied by at least one volunteer to help them get around. In total, 150 volunteers have joined the event.
We actually were very delighted with the situation because of how happy they were. When they are happy, we share happiness with them.
Thanks to the efforts of volunteers, the seniors have been blessed with the new vehicle. As part of the Mercy Jubilee, these seniors are delighted to have the chance to enjoy a trip after so long without travel.
It has been 2 years that I haven't traveled around because I can't walk on my own. It's very inconvenient.
This 92-year-old senior has mobility issues, but now her wheelchair is no longer a problem with the new special bus. Everyone is happy to know they will be getting around much easier in the future.
To help students learn the importance of cleaning their recyclables before they reach the recycling station, Taiwan Tzu Chi Senior High School arranged a field trip to their local recycling station. The students walked away with plenty of heart to protect the environment. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.